The Shining's original vision, a haunting twist. Imagine a story that captures the essence of a classic horror novel, but with a twist that could have taken it in a completely different direction. That's exactly what Stephen King had in mind when he first conceived of what would become one of his most iconic works, The Shining. While most of us are familiar with the iconic 1980 film adaptation by Stanley Kubrick, few know about King's original vision for this tale. It's a controversial topic, as King himself has expressed his dislike for Kubrick's interpretation, feeling that his narrative was twisted and mishandled. But here's where it gets interesting. King's initial idea had a completely different vibe, one that could have changed the entire perception of this classic horror story. In a revealing interview on NPR's Fresh Air in 2013, King shared some of his earliest thoughts on The Shining. He revealed that he had always been fascinated by amusement parks, recalling his childhood visits to Topsham Fair in Maine. It was this love for the carnival atmosphere that inspired his original concept. "I always wanted to write a novel set in an amusement park," King said. "In my original concept, The Shining was going to be about a family caretaking an amusement park at the close of the season. I had this idea of a place called Dark Shine, and I even had a name for the park, maybe Styhook, after one of the rides." This early vision is a far cry from the remote, snowbound hotel we know from the novel and film. King's amusement park setting adds a layer of fun and excitement, a contrast to the dark and eerie atmosphere we're used to. It's a concept that could have taken the story in a more light-hearted direction, or perhaps a more sinister one, as the idea of a haunted amusement park is certainly chilling. And this is the part most people miss. King's original idea was not just about a change of setting. It was about exploring the human condition, about how external forces can turn an ordinary person into a monster. In his novel, King's protagonist, Jack, is a former alcoholic, and the story is a metaphor for falling off the wagon, a tragic tale of a man driven to insanity by his surroundings. Kubrick's adaptation, with Jack Nicholson's iconic portrayal, took a different approach, making Jack seem abusive and angry from the start. King felt this interpretation was too pessimistic and arbitrary, and he openly expressed his dislike for it. In 1997, King got his chance to correct Kubrick's version with a TV miniseries, which he preferred, although critics were less enthusiastic. So, which version do you think captures the essence of King's original vision? And what do you make of King's amusement park idea? It's a fascinating insight into the creative process of one of the masters of horror. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. After all, the beauty of art is in the interpretation, and The Shining is a perfect example of how different perspectives can shape a story.